Well, hello, my name is Sandra Breyer, and I am a healthcare advocate. I'm a retired registered nurse. I am intuitive. I use law of attraction techniques to help me with my clients, and this is something new. I wanted to put out a newsletter that was different. People don't have time to read lengthy emails. So I thought I would put together a little video and just have it a few minutes long, have some tips and tricks once a month, and just share different things about myself. So I feel like I want to take you on a journey of how I have evolved in my life, how I became a teacher of not only healthcare advocacy, but to explain what's going on with me spiritually, how I sort of accidentally fell into discovering the law of attraction, but became something much more with my intuitive abilities. And that's why I decided to create this newsletter. So I do have a link tree where I've got these checklists, and there's 4 different ones. So I would love for you to go onto my website and get those, because some of these tips and tricks will really help you. And I guess my story for today is my why. So I had been a nurse for 35 years, a registered nurse in Alberta, always worked frontline nursing. I worked at the U of A hospital in Edmonton. I worked at the Grey Nuns Hospital. And my last place I worked was HealthLink, and that's where I had gotten the idea of helping people just because it was through the pandemic. I started just months before the pandemic of 2020. We all try to forget about that. But I was guided to actually leave nursing 2 years ago in 2023 and start something new. And it took me a little while to figure this out. But I have figured it out. And I knew I needed to help people in some way. And I figured out through healthcare advocacy. I do have a 31-year-old son with autism. We were the first family here in Edmonton to get funding back in 1996 for an intensive behavioral program for autism. Those programs don't exist anymore, unfortunately. But there's also advocating for a brother, 2 brothers that are actually now deceased, and both my parents. And I feel like their health outcomes would have been different had I not been involved. And it just came very naturally to me. And I think this is something that everyone can learn. But the biggest thing with advocacy is you need to have alignment with yourself. You have to start listening to your intuition. And it's not about fighting the government or calling the media when the outcomes haven't happened. We create all of the everything that goes on around us. And whether you believe it or not, we do attract certain outcomes to us. And that can include things that you don't prefer with your health. So that is what this is all about. And so I guess my first tip is to go onto my website, get these checklists, and start reading some of these tips. One in particular that I'm going to point out is trust yourself. Believe in the ability to make the best decisions and advocate for your needs. So go in with a little bit more positive outlook than some people say you should have. So this is my first video. It's quick. It's right around 5 minutes long. And I just want to thank you for watching, and I hope you subscribe to my YouTube channel. I've got lots of great videos on there, not just about healthcare advocacy, but just about myself, my son with autism, law of attraction, spiritual material, and just check me out and see what I'm about. So I hope you have a wonderful day, and see you next month.